Okay, so привіт, друзі! Welcome back to our language journey. Today we're diving into Ukrainian Nouns Genders. You may have a question to ask. Are there only two genders? Well, from a Ukrainian language perspective, no, there are three. But no worries, let's make it fun and easy to understand. Stuck with me till the end and I will give you systematic rules, tricks, and exceptions. Accordingly, the official names of our nouns genders are чоловічий рід, male, жіночий рід, female, and середній рід, neutral. Therefore, any noun or іменник in Ukrainian can be replaced with pronouns he, she, or it. Each noun has its gender, whether a human, an animal, a thing, or an abstract idea that came in the night. In addition, unlike some languages, Ukrainian does not use articles before nouns. That's why our people sometimes struggle with article usage in other languages. So, the first approach is to develop some intuition about genders, as our ancestors did. I suppose they saw a table and thought, oh, it's so hard to touch, with sharp rectangle forms, and sometimes it can even attack my little finger, so it's definitely male. And what about trees? Well, they also have hard trunks and stuff, but I saw some of them blooming with these girly flowers, so I don't know, I'll put them in neutral. But you will be arguing in your head forever while making a single sentence. The second idea is going to be more useful. As far as we already know some vocabulary, we can observe something interesting. Now you see most of the words I shared with you in the previous videos and their genders. In each of these groups, there are some common characteristics at the end of the word. So the most important rule you should remember is that generally female nouns end in a, ya. Male nouns have consonants at the end, and usual neutral endings are e, o. Attention, because this rule concerns only the nominative case nouns that mark the primary, or infinitive if you want, case of the noun. It's a huge topic called declension, so we will leave it for later. But my point is, you can't look at a random noun in the sentence and reason about its gender. Ukrainian has many more endings that you can imagine to be cautious about. Alright, at this point of the lesson, you already know 80% of what the beginners should know about nouns genders. But if you are a super student with a lot of curiosity, I welcome you to the interesting part. Exceptions. Of course, you see, the rule works with proposed nouns, but as in many languages, we cannot apply rules perfectly. Look at these exceptions. Luckily for us, there are statistically not many, and we can also define the groups for them. So let's do it. Ukrainian nouns denoting male persons belong to the masculine gender, and the same goes for feminine nouns. Examples are дядько, дідько, батько, or the personal names like Михайло. Also, we absolutely can conclude that the nouns that end with "ість" belong to the female gender. I mean, єдність, незалежність, радість, хоробрість, and so on. Next, if we see the word that ends up with a double consonant and the letter ya, then we conclude it's neutral. For example, життя, волосся, кохання, завдання. Additionally, we define the baby animals as neutral nouns, such as cutest, кошеня, курча, and my favorite, цуценя. Unfortunately, all of this does not completely guarantee that you will define gender correctly. Be careful and check the dictionary. Or, just try to guess. It's not a big deal that affects other people's understanding. So just relax a bit. Tips. Don't be surprised if you see a word that can have more than one gender. They exist too. In Ukrainian, we call the common gender as spільний рід. And imagine we want to characterize a person by his or her profession. It's possible in Ukrainian to use the male gender profession when talking about a woman. For example, лікар can signify both a man and a woman, as well as колега, адвокат, інженер, стажер, and so on. It's not so stable rule though, because if you want and know how to make a female form of such a noun, you can specify it. For example, the male teacher is вчитель, and the pretty stable Ukrainian word is female teacher, so вчителька. Not the profession, but one more example is a dog. Собака is male and female at the same time. One more detail for the future is that in the sentence, the noun should be in agreement with all adjectives, pronouns, and verbs it's connected to. That means the adjective and verbs and everything should change their state according to the connected noun. Let's look at the examples. На столі лежав мій смачний хліб. На столі лежав мій смачний хліб. На столі лежала моя смачна паляниця. На столі лежала моя смачна паляниця. На столі лежало моє смачне сало. На столі лежало моє смачне сало. In the end, thank you for being so passionate about Ukrainian.
But there's so much more to do. We can do it together.
In the description below, I left some useful links and materials for you. And also, don't hesitate to share your opinion in the comment section. That's all. Цьом-цьом!